just as we're preparing for the kick-off, Liam, a word on yourself. Sorry to see you go from Brighton, of course, but what plans do you have at the moment?
Well, I'm also very sad to have left Brighton. I really enjoyed my time there, Peter, but these things happen in football. Well, really, I'm just taking stock of what's going to happen. I've got Christmas maybe with my family for once, and waiting for the phone to ring, as many people in my position are.
You're not going to start playing again, are you?
No, not really, no.
Well, there we are, Baresi and Signori then, the two captains this afternoon. The referee is Alfredo Triossi from Forlì nel Rimini. Baresi, his 19th season in the senior squad with Milan. What a servant he's been to them down the years. And Signori, who remains a very influential figure for Lazio, despite his lack of good form this season. A very, very dangerous player. Well, this is some atmosphere this afternoon in the Olympic Stadium. Lazio so strong at home, Milan well strong anywhere really. And once again it's Lazio's away form so far that has been their Achilles heel, as of course it was in the last campaign. And there he is, Franco Baresi, running around like a 2-year-old. He, I remember, made a goal recently by surging up the left touchline. I mean, his enthusiasm, his energy remains as strong as ever.
Well, quite a few experts tipped before the last World Cup we had in America, Peter, that Baresi's time had finished. Well, he certainly answered those people. He's been tremendous this season. He's scored goals, he's made goals with his tremendous runs from the back, but really it's his experience at the back that is his biggest contribution for this Milan team.
And I gather that Baresi has now been offered another contract. They want him to stay on for the next season, although he said he would retire. He has, of course, given up international football, and he now will be considering whether to stay on with Milan. So we're all set then for the kick-off. Lazio in their blue tops, attacking the goal to our left in this explosive atmosphere in the Olympic Stadium. Di Matteo with the pass to Fuseo, who's been having a fine season for Lazio. That's Baresi with a header away to Paolo Maldini. Scored his first goal in Serie A last week in that comprehensive win over Piacenza. Panucci and Savićević, the other scorers, all headed goals. It is Panucci, who's the right back in the Milan team. A man who made his breakthrough, of course, only over the last season or so, but then maybe just went back a little bit, lost his place in the Italian national team, but he's still learning his trade. Still a youngster and one of outstanding potential. Away by Negro, one of Lazio's two central defenders. They play with a flat back four. I'm sure they're going to be fully extended this afternoon by the likes of George Weah and Savićević, and of course Roberto Baggio. This is Desailly, the French international. Maldini, laid off by Savićević. Typical surging run from Maldini. Savićević again. Good start this by Milan still, but Savićević. Weah was lurking in the middle. Desailly. Quickly closed down by Di Matteo. Baresi. Maldini. Away by Bergodi. It's his first start in Serie A this season, with Chamot missing. Really powerful run here by Savićević.
Yeah, it looks as if Savićević is going to operate in that inside left position with Baggio on the right of Weah. That was a good break by him. He has that ability to go past players, as has Baggio, and I think that's going to be one of the things the Lazio defence has got to cope with today.
The free kick taken by Costacurta to Eranio. Here's Casiraghi. Quickly closed down by Eranio. Casiraghi with 9 goals in 14 competitive games this season. Showing some of the form he used to show in his Juventus days. Here's Casiraghi again. Confronted by Eranio. And it'll be a throw to Lazio, taken by Aron Winter, the Dutchman. Casiraghi turning well, but Costacurta with a clearance to Albertini. Very much a fixture, of course, for the Italian team, as well as Milan's Albertini. Savićević. Maldini. George Weah is the target. Baggio ahead of him, no foul. Good climb in by Casiraghi, but the referee decides that was an offence by Casiraghi on Panucci. Albertini. Now Signori. Baggio to prod it on to Weah, and it's clear of Bergodi. George Weah. Well, the keeper stood his ground. And that will have to go down, though, as a wasted opportunity by George Weah.
Yes, absolutely, Peter. He hit the goalkeeper. He didn't find the corner of the net, and that, I think if he had it done, there was very little Mancini could have done. But it's a nice save for Mancini starting the match.
Yeah, that'll lift his confidence, Mancini. He's coming to the side then, ahead of, or rather because of the injury to Marco Gianni, taking over from Orsi, who was the reserve goalkeeper. And Mancini was the man who was in goal for Foggia on that famous occasion when Milan put 8 past him. A chap called Van Basten was in the side that day, and some of the football that Milan produced that afternoon was absolutely scintillating. Rambaudi, this is promising for Lazio. A shot from Rambaudi, fine save by Rossi. Nobody closed Rambaudi down, and the shot was well beaten away by the Milan goalkeeper. So a positive opening here by both teams. This is Di Matteo. Roberto Baggio. Good run by Weah. Negro was with him, now Bergodi. Diego Fuser, former Milan player, and a couple of seasons with them, without really making too much headway. But he's been impressive for Lazio this season. Here's the run from Rambaudi.
Yes, it was a good shot from all of 30 yards, Peter, and Rossi did well to keep it out.
Signori. Favalli on the overlap, and that's off Panucci for a corner to Lazio.
This game has got an unfamiliar look to it, Peter. It's very, very open. Usually Milan are very good at playing a very disciplined game, but they're obviously taking a chance playing 3 up front, and it's got a very open feel to it. Both teams getting forward.
Aron Winter on that near post. Fuser with the corner. Away by Desailly. And the flag up against Casiraghi for offside. Rossi, who's kept a couple of clean sheets now in the last 2 games in Serie A. And that was an excellent stop from Rambaudi. It did seem to be a somewhat speculative shot from the Lazio player, some 30 yards out. And then the flag up, rightly so, against Casiraghi. Liam.
Well, I was going to say there's an example of how disciplined they are in defence. They know exactly when to play that offside, and Baresi is a man that commands everything there. Casiraghi caught hopelessly offside.
This is Eranio. Now Signori taking over. Slipped on for Fuser. Now young Nesta, just 19 years old, with an injection of pace there. But look how well Maldini recovered. My word, that was tremendous defending by Paolo Maldini. Let's go Savićević. Away from Fuser. He's got Baggio up with him. Weah ahead of him. Now Weah. Good tackle by Bergodi. Albertini. It really has been an effervescent start for the afternoon's encounter.
Yeah, not only was that a great tackle by Maldini, Peter, it was also a great ball to Savićević down the left-hand side. I don't think he takes kindly to people going past him, Maldini.
I was suggesting earlier on that Atalanta are having such an encouraging start, and they've taken the lead today in their game with Vicenza. Tovaglieri with the opening goal. Atalanta in 5th place at the start of play for the weekend matches. Here's Panucci for Milan. Overhitting that one though in search of George Weah. You can't really replace Marco van Basten, but Weah seems to be the next best thing. His form has been so outstanding for Milan so far this season. Eranio. He's fouled Savićević. Solid defending though by Nesta. Now Rambaudi. Nesta's continued his run outside it. This is Casiraghi. Signori looking in the middle. Didn't really get hold of it though. Straight up Panucci. The counter-attack is on. Savićević. It's being played at a fair old pace this game. Diego Fuser. Lazio, of course, always reveal this cavalier attitude, especially at home. Winter. Away from Eranio, still Winter. Support arriving now from Fuser. Ignoring Rambaudi away to his right, still Fuser. Played in then by Rambaudi. Oh, Desailly was timing his jump. Baresi to hook it clear then. Can't take your eyes off this one. This is Rambaudi now. Taking on Maldini. Not too many players will beat him for pace. The Capello's team have opened briskly, and so have Lazio. Milan, remember, beaten in just one game this season. That against Bari in Serie A. Zaman, the coach of Lazio. His teams always play with flair, but they're in trouble now. That's Baggio. And it was a good opening, certainly for a player of his class. You would have expected there, Liam, maybe a better strike at goal.
Well, I thought he could have taken it on a little bit further, Peter, and actually got the ball on the deck. It was a very hard chance to take with the outside of your right foot. He's just tried to scoop it with the outside of his right foot and lob the goalkeeper. Very, very difficult.
Signori towards Casiraghi. Good claim, confident claim by Rossi. He came out then in such determined fashion. I didn't think there was anything wrong really with the challenge from Casiraghi. He had his eye on the ball. Rossi came out. Now the referee, I think, reprimanded Casiraghi, but for my money, both players had every right to go for that.
Well, it's a joke, Peter, isn't it? Baresi starts this all the time. He likes the referee game as well, and Rossi has just joined in. Casiraghi went for the ball cleanly. I didn't see him lift his elbows. There he goes with his head. It's a bit of contact with the goalkeeper. You've got to be able to take that and get on with it.
Here's Desailly. Playing, of course, in the heart of midfield for Milan, Desailly, but he's still centre back for the French national team. It was Milan who converted into this midfield role, and so successfully too. Here's Desailly again. Now Albertini, his partner in central midfield. Baggio. Panucci. That's off Bergodi. Panucci again. Casual pass, and it's led in Aron Winter. He's got Signori up with him. Still Winter. Now Fuser. Rambaudi. Milan almost caught out then by the thrust of the Lazio counter-attack. Fuser again. Di Matteo. Signori's touch, but Panucci is there for Milan. Milan's throw. Di Matteo, who's a regular now on the Italian national team. He's played the last 8 internationals. So he seems to be something of a fixture now. Savićević, the Montenegrin. Oh, lovely play. Baggio. Weir in the middle. Here is Weir! Such vision from Baggio, but the finish not quite clinical enough from George Weir.
There's a great chance. I think he might have given offside, Peter, this linesman. We might see on the replay.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
But still,
it was close.
It was a great move, wasn't it, between Savićević and then to Baggio, and a great ball from Baggio. That's 3 good chances Milan have, although we're not too sure whether that was given offside or not. It's end-to-end stuff. It's end-to-end stuff. Tremendous game of football so far.
Favalli wide to Rambaudi. Maldini, though, biting into the tackle. Yeah, the flag was up for offside, so it wouldn't have counted, but nonetheless it was a cohesive move from Milan. And they are certainly creating plenty of problems for Lazio defensively. Lazio have been tighter as a unit at the back this season. They've only conceded 10 goals in Serie A. Favalli, who was sent off in midweek in the Italian Cup tie, the quarter-final first leg against Inter. 1-1 that finished. It's Albertini, I think, isn't it? Well, Well, they won't want to lose him. He's been so consistent, Albertini. Crunched then by Favalli, who was the 4th Lazio player to be sent off this season when he was dismissed in midweek. So they have lacked a bit of discipline at times.
Well, this Albertini's a pretty tough character. I've got no doubt that he'll get up and get back in the game. I'm just wondering whether Capello will be entirely happy the way his team has started. They have made 2 or 3 good chances, but they don't seem to be the disciplined unit that we've seen so often. And the Lazio forwards are getting to the Milan defence quickly. There doesn't seem to be that protection in front of them. They like to dictate the pace of the game, Milan, but they're not doing it today.
Well, it certainly is an adventurous formation that they're fielding with these 3 up front. 3 players of such flair and enterprise. Savićević, Weah and Roberto Baggio. It's Di Matteo to pump it forward. And Panucci with the backheader to Sebastiano Rossi. Albertini about to return to the fray. Here's Weah. Didn't get the luck of the bounce then though, and it's Negro to play it out to Fozer and Nesta. Now an Italian under-21 international, Nesta. Rambaudi. Albertini back in the heart of Milan's midfield. Savićević with a free kick given to Lazio. The last team to lose their unbeaten league record this season, of course, when they were beaten in week 9 by Fiorentina, a match we featured live on Channel 4. This is Favalli. Movement from Winter always seems to be available, Aron Winter. Di Matteo. And Maldini to snuff out the danger. Bergodi underneath this one for Lazio. Now Winter. All neatly away from Albertini. Now can Winter, well, can I say would he set something up there, but he can't be brought down in that fashion. That'd be a yellow card. Winter was on his way there before Eranio brought him down. A bit late then, Liam, I think.
Yeah, it was good skill by Winter when he dribbled round Albertini, and Eranio chasing back made a pretty cynical challenge, and had to get a yellow card for that.
Favalli with the free kick. 15 minutes gone in the first half. Bergodi just flicking off the head then of Nesta, but out of play for a throw to Milan, looking for their 3rd away win in Serie A this season. They've won 14 of their 19 games in all competitions. Savićević, hopefully free of injury now. He always seems to be troubled by one injury or another, which has certainly stemmed his progress for Milan. Wonderful player though he can be. Costacurta. On by Savićević now. Weah applying that central furrow. The header on by Aron Winter, but only as far as Costacurta, and now Albertini. Negro with the interception. Now Favalli. Just showing that Inter have taken the lead at home for Cremonese. Zanetti, the Argentine international, with his first for the club. Winter to Di Matteo. Now Bergodi. This is Nesta. Good pressing though by Savićević. Getting through his fair share of hard work. But maybe just the early tempo dropping a little. But then it was a frantic start, Liam.
That's right. I was on about the Milan dictating pace. They seem to have got the grip of the game now, and Lazio not threatening nearly as much as they did earlier on. But as you say, it was a pretty frantic start by both teams.
Franco Baresi. Laid off by Weah to Savićević. Very neatly slipped through, almost releasing his teammate then. He still might. Weah. Oh, flags up. Offside against George Weah, the Liberian. Plays with such power and skill too up front. Good tackle by Baresi. As ever, reading the situation so well. Favalli, off goes Signori. Casiraghi in the middle. Support from Favalli. Costacurta there with the clearance from Milan to find Baggio. Off goes George Weah. Not too much support in the middle. He's waiting for some. Eranio. That's Albertini. Defenders streaming out, and up goes the offside flag against Dejan Savićević.
Yeah, the Lazio defence also like to play this offside game, and they did it well then, charging out just as Albertini's about to play his pass.
In fact, there were probably 3 offside there. That's out of play from Signori, who's fallen out with the Italian media. He doesn't talk to newspapers anymore. Eranio to Albertini. This is Costacurta. He's played more matches for Milan than any other player this season. Very consistent too at the back. And some shirt tugging from Nesta on Savićević. Such a talented player, Savićević. You never quite know what you're going to get from him. Very unpredictable.
Another great pass from Maldini. Great distribution from the back players from Milan.
Mancini getting some distance on his kick upfield then, but dealt with by Costacurta. Throw to Lazio. Four wins and a draw from their first 5 games in Serie A at home this season. As we approach the halfway point of the first half. Nesta. On by Fouzer. But Baresi is there for Milan. Baggio with the touch. Now Savićević. Good interchange here from Milan. Off goes Baggio. Bergodi. No, it was a well-timed tackle. Nothing wrong with that. Not sure what was wrong with Desailly's tackle, but the referee has blown for the foul. Nesta. This is Fouzer. It's a free kick to Lazio for some pushing on Signori by Panucci. Di Matteo wanting to take it quickly, but Eranio is in the way. Panucci the offender. Casiraghi in the middle. Now Aron Winter arriving as well.
I think Signori's asking for a few more bodies in that box.
Negro was just arriving. Away by Eranio to Albertini. Baggio is Weah. Maybe he hadn't seen Aron Winter though. Bergodi. Now Rambaudi, who scored against Inter in the cup at midweek. Easily dispossessed though. Off goes Savićević. For a moment then he let the ball go out of play. A good interception by Favalli. Winter. And the back pass from Bergodi. And some of the early momentum has now died away. Fouzer. On for Nesta. Lazio looking to pick up the pace again. Rambaudi, who is given another one away far too casually. Albertini rolling it through to Weah. Negro to the rescue. This is Winter. Di Matteo easily crowded out though by Desailly. Now Weah to sweep it on to Eranio. Weah had continued his progress through the middle, but to no avail. Di Matteo. Here's Casiraghi. Oh, Di Matteo was sloppy in possession then. Baggio to Savićević. Crunching tackle by Nesta. And the Montenegrin is in distress.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff breaking down on Di Matteo, Peter, in the centre of the Lazio midfield. He's getting a lot of the ball, but his passing has been poor today so far. He's the anchor man really in the middle of the park, and a lot goes through him. But he's having an off day so far.
Savićević to Albertini. Now Panucci. Who's done well here, Panucci. Couldn't get away though from Favalli. And Bergodi finds Signori. Now what can the Lazio captain do here? Casiraghi. Off goes Winter. Strong challenge by Eranio. And it's a throw to Lazio. Eranio swapping opinions with referee Orsi. Signori. Winter. Off goes Signori again. Costacurta in with the tackle. Signori, the threatening player for Lazio. Fuser will take this corner. Winter again has stationed himself on the near post. And the header was straight at Rossi. Aron Winter, I think on the end of the cross. Di Matteo came in as well. We actually have come off Panucci. Offside against Lazio. Milan defenders pressing up towards the halfway line, organised of course as ever by their commander-in-chief Franco Baresi. This is Desailly. Albertini. Signori. Up goes Casiraghi. Doesn't fall though for Aron Winter. And there to tidy up at the back is Baresi. Costacurta. Baresi. Eranio. Seeking out George Weah. And that's flicked away off the head of Nesta for a Milan corner. Two of Milan's goals last week against Piacenza came from corners. All three indeed were headed goals. Here's Baggio then taking the kick. Maldini climbing but doesn't make contact, and off goes Rambaudi on the break for Lazio. Negro streaming forward. Di Matteo now. Off Maldini. It was all a bit predictable, a bit too pedestrian then from Lazio. They needed a more incisive counter-attack. Now Ambrosini, I think, is about to come on. The 18-year-old. Not sure who's injured. Albertini had an injury earlier on. And I think it is indeed Albertini who's going to go off. So it's a major setback for Milan to lose him. A player who performed so smoothly in midfield for them. So much of their more promising attack stemmed through him. But it's a great opportunity for young Ambrosini. He is a natural central midfield player, so he'll slot into the role vacated by Albertini. Former Cesena player Ambrosini. Foul on Casiraghi. Winter. Here's Signori. Casiraghi making the run that he hoped would open up some space for Signori. But it was quickly closed down by Milan. Winter. Di Matteo. Here's Negro. Di Matteo. Now Bergodi. He'll get through a few cigarettes this afternoon, will Zeman. He's probably finished off a packet already. There has been a fair amount of criticism of Zeman's tactics. People feel he puts his players through too much of a strain, really, in terms of training. Maybe it tires them out too much. That's been the case, certainly, when they've raised themselves for one game. They don't seem to be able to do it for the next one. It was certainly the case against Juventus when they flopped in 3 of the next 5 games. But they were outstanding on that occasion against Juventus here. The head of Favalli. Free kick to Lazio. Bergodi taking the kick. Casiraghi trying to shake off Panucci. This is Favalli. Not for long though, Eranio. The two teams just cancelling out each other at the moment.
Yeah, I think there's a much more cautious approach by both sides. Earlier on, Peter, they were hell for leather at one another. And we had 15-20 minutes when there was a lot of chances created at both ends. Good goal-mouth action, but you can see now a lot of the game is centred really in this midfield area, and it's difficult.
Too long for Signori. Ambrosini away. Di Matteo. Now Rambaudi. He again has Nesta in support down that right side. He might not need him though. Rambaudi at the head of Baresi. And a free kick given to Milan. Baggio knows he's in for a buffeting in any game he plays. Desailly. Here's Bergodi. Again, those Lazio defenders squeeze it forward, but they've squeezed too far. This is Savićević. It's a great chance. Good save by Mancini. Got down really well then. Lazio's defence was split open. Savićević clean through, and he couldn't convert the opportunity. Aron Winter. Half an hour gone. Furzer. Wide of him is Nesta. And that was certainly an escape for Lazio. Savićević will look back on that one and see it as a squandered chance. He's finishing normally so lethal, Savićević. Casiraghi. Caught by the tackle from Ambrosini.
Wow, a real chance for Savićević, not unlike the one George Weah had earlier on, Peter, that he hit it straight at the goalkeeper, and Savićević has done the same thing. But I'd like to make the point there, it was a great through pass from Baggio, and there's a lot of debate going on whether these players can play together, but they certainly showed in that instance they can.
Winter with a chip, out by Ambrosini, in goes Winter again. Wrong foot.
Yeah, going back to that chance for Savićević, Peter. Baggio's picked the ball up in the middle of the park, and Savićević has just spun, and the pass was instant, right in front of him, put him through on goal. Great play between two world-class players.
George Weah with the header. Won by Favalli. That's Costacurta. Now on Baggio. As ever, coming in for close attention. Here's Panucci. In towards Weah. Di Matteo. Given away though. And he has been guilty of that on several occasions this afternoon so far. That's Maldini with the header. Doesn't reach Baggio, and Di Matteo now on the break. Furzer has pulled out wide. Rambaudi ahead of him. What a tackle by Franco Baresi. I keep hearing he's finished. I can't believe people are saying that. Weah taking on Favalli. The young Lazio defender, not too much know-how for him.
Yeah, good defending.
Casiraghi. Baresi working so hard to deny him any room. Rambaudi with the injury over on the far side there. On by Negro to Di Matteo. Rambaudi taking no part in the game at the moment.
Yeah, that was the challenge from. We got this instant where Weah tries to do a little trick, but Favalli read what he was up to. But we got Rambaudi injured from the challenge by Baresi. He's been doing those kind of tackles for the last 15, 16 years, Peter.
On by Fuzet to Casiraghi. Rambaudi is still not looking at all happy over on the far side. Favalli. Di Matteo. Half-hearted run by Rambaudi. I don't think it had got there anyway. Savićević. Baggio at full stretch. And here's Favalli. It's a foul on Casiraghi. Lazio have an option on the bench in Esposito. If Rambaudi can't continue, he plays in a similar position. There's the offence by Costacurta. Showing a bit too much aggression. Baresi, as ever, wants his say. Any memories of that with Baresi, Liam?
Well, I was going to say, I said for 15, 16 years. How old is he now, Peter? 35?
He's 35, yeah.
Well, he's been playing in this Milan team since he was 18. For 17 years, he's been a really committed player. And yes, I've had experience of some of Baresi's tackles. And, tremendous competitor, organizer.
And he's not one to keep his views for himself, is he?
No, he likes to have an influence with the referee and the linesman. But there's been plenty of players like that as well.
Now I wonder, is Di Matteo going to have a strike at goal here? Or Signori? It's touched off to Di Matteo. It was a rather tame one, though. Nesta. Rambaudi, who looks to be running off that injury. It looks a bit quick, Nesta, down that right side, but shepherded up by Desailly. Certainly a player for the future, if not for the present, Nesta. He's keeping Gottardi out of the team at the moment. So Zeman, seeing his team struggle to break Milan down, and they've certainly had one or two scares at the other end. Paolo Maldini. Costacurta to Savićević. Strange pass from the Montenegrin. Capello's not happy. There is some doubt about his own future. He may well be leaving Milan come the end of the season. Speculation that he might go to Roma. The feeling seems to be if Milan don't win the championship again, he'll be on his way. That's off Winter. Goal kick to Milan. Napoli have taken the lead now against Parma, and intriguingly it's Pizzi who's on loan from Parma who has scored that first goal. Napoli 1, Parma 0. Parma starting the weekend in second place, 2 points behind Milan and 3 up on Lazio, Fiorentina and Atalanta. Fiorentina incidentally away to Padova this afternoon. No goals in that one yet.
Well, I think that's what makes this match so important for all the people in who are behind Milan, Peter. They desperately want Lazio to win this match.
Well, Casiraghi is trying hard enough for them. He's got away from Baresi. Casiraghi's shots. He showed his strength, his determination. That Casiraghi couldn't quite find, though, the end product. Baresi complaining, maybe got a whack in the face from Casiraghi, but I didn't see anything wrong there, did you?
No. He shielded the ball well, Casiraghi, took it on his left side. It's not his best side. It was a good effort. Just got underneath his shot.
Di Matteo. Winter with a free kick for Lazio. This is Negro. Back in his best position now in the centre of the back line. Casiraghi. Rambaudi. No, Casiraghi had made tracks in the other direction. Maldini. Now Costacurta. Just testing. Desailly. Baresi, ever thoughtful in his distribution, but Savićević, no real chance of controlling that one under some pressure. Costacurta. This is Eranio. Now George Weah. Some fancy footwork. Well played in too for Eranio. And Negro had to be on his guard. This is Favalli. Up goes Desailly. Eranio. Favalli. Signori. Rambaudi in support. Maldini is there though. Fauzer. Now Rambaudi. Oof! Very nearly embarrassed Rossi. It was deflected for the corner. I thought then the pass had been overhit.
Yes, so did I, Peter. I thought it was a poor pass.
Signori with the corner. Casiraghi in the 6-yard box with Winter. That's Maldini with the header away. Only as far as Rambaudi. Now Diego Fauzer to chip it back in again. Baresi confident that Rossi was behind him, but his foot was very high then. Rossi certainly raised his leg as Favalli came in towards him. The goalkeepers do have a tendency to do that, Liam, but he caught Favalli then. I'm not sure what the referee has given. I'm sure he won't rule in Lazio's favour.
No, I don't think he will. They never do, Peter, but I think Rossi's making his point from the first challenge from Casiraghi where he complained earlier on. And he's telling the referee there he's lifted his knee, but not only did he lift his knee, he showed his studs as well. And really, technically, it was a foul by Rossi. Dangerous play. And he should have been penalised for it. I hope we can see it again. Because...
I bet he won't be penalised for it.
No, he won't be, but he should have been, in my opinion.
That's Bergodi. Problem for him. The old ice pack always works wonders. And here's Fauzer, who did well then to reach the ball. It's off Baresi for the corner. Could easily have sneaked in then, with Rossi committed really the other way on the near post. So Favalli having to go off to receive some further attention. Certainly to my mind the foot was very high, and the stud showing indeed from Rossi as he collected the ball. Meantime, Inter, Milan's great rivals, have scored again against Cremonese. And it's Gantz with the second goal, Zanetti the first one. Where? Well policed then by Negro.
Yeah, Negro has done a pretty good job on Ware. He lost him in the first 5 minutes where Ware had that real good chance, but since then he's kept him pretty much under control. And that's not easy.
Ambrosini. Now Panucci. Just a couple of minutes of the first half remaining. Ambrosini. Baresi. Eranio. Baggio trying to stay onside. Bergodi was able to clear in the direction of Winter. Now Signori. And as ever, biting into the tackle, Baresi. His enthusiasm knows no bounds, really, Baresi. Bergodi. Now Eranio. Casiraghi sliding in, but the whistle had already gone for the free kick to Milan for the offence by Bergodi. Baggio taking charge, and Eranio can't reach it. Liam, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, Peter, it started off like a boxing match where the two fighters came out, hell for leather, knocking one another. We had chances at both ends. We had 20 minutes really of really exciting football. But I think both teams have got a little bit cautious and a little bit frightened of conceding goals. And we've seen a lot of midfield play since then, a lot of scrappy play, fouls. I just hope we could get back to the way it started.
Savićević, where? Here's a chance. A moment's hesitation then from Mancini, and he was almost punished for it. Having said that, it's quite a formidable sight to have coming towards you. George Weah, great pass from Savićević.
Yeah, great ball, but I think you're right, Peter. He did take his time coming off his line, and he gave Weah the possibility to get that ball under control. There, the ball's got away from him, but still no sign of the goalkeeper. In the end, he got a little bit too far away from Weah, and he couldn't get good contact on his shot.
Yeah, he was actually brave at the finish then, Mancini, in fairness to him. And he got a whack maybe from his own player. Two men converging on him. Here's the pace of Weah, powering through the middle. And, well, yes, certainly two players collided with goalkeeper Mancini, whose courage in the end saved the day.
Yes, that's true. And that's probably Milan's third really good chance in the game. And if we're going strictly on the amount of clear-cut chances created, probably Milan have been the better side.
Mancini hoping for his first clean sheet in Serie A since joining Lazio. It's his fourth game now. And Marcagiani will be out certainly till after Christmas, maybe sometime into the new year. Casiraghi, we're into injury time. Ambrosini, now Panucci. Courageous challenge by Casiraghi.
Yeah, he's worked hard, tirelessly, Casiraghi. Gone for a lot of challenges in the air. He's a good foil for Signori with his flick-ons, and I think it's something that we might see in the second half as well. I think Casiraghi has a lot to offer this game.
Free kick to Milan. Panucci. By Eranio. Baggio sizing up the options around him. Great turn too by Baggio then, beyond Weah, but not Savićević. And somehow he screwed it wide. He doesn't know how.
Marvellous play from Roberto Baggio, wasn't it, Peter? Brilliant turn. Comfortable on both sides. Great cross with his left foot. Savićević has done very well to get that ball under control, and he just tried to slip it past with his right foot, but it just went past the far post.
Another much closer than that.
No, another great chance for Milan.
So Lazio are still in there fighting. Fuser, Rambaudi ahead of him, and Winter, who's made a strong run. This is Winter now. And the pass was misdirected. Changed feet there so quickly. Such dexterity shown by Savićević, but not the finish.
No, and sometimes it happens when you miss chances like that throughout a game, that you're made pay for it in the end. And I just wonder whether Lazio can do the whole of Serie A a favour and beat this Milan side.
Frustration so far for Fabio Capello, the coach of Milan. Eranio. Again, Casiraghi battling so hard. Where? In goes Bergodi with the tackle. Free kick to Milan. A lot of injury time to be played at the end of this first period, for one reason or another, including the injury to Albertini. Milan have lost his services. Ambrosini on. Nothing on there for George Weah. On by Casiraghi. Costacurta for Milan. Now Di Matteo. Very ambitious, to put it mildly, from Di Matteo, who's had a disappointing first half. Haven't really given the service, the Lazio midfielders, that Casiraghi and Signori can profit from. Eranio. That's Panucci. Bergodi, the covering defender. He's had a solid first half. Not easy for him to contain the likes of George Weah and Savićević. And of course the ever-menacing figure of Roberto Baggio. But now it's Fuser on the counter-attack for Lazio. In for Signori. Casiraghi. Turn well. Still Casiraghi. And Signori just wouldn't fall for them. Just thought for a moment then it'd come down off an arm, but there was no real appeal for the Lazio players. And there at last is a half-time whistle blown by referee Triossi. Milan certainly had the better chances. Nothing to show for it so far. Savićević with that effort right at the death. And Lazio, well, they've got a lot more to do in the second half if they're to overcome this very, very strong Milan team. But at half-time, no goals in the Olympic Stadium. Lazio 0. Marcolin getting his chance then. Former under-21 international. But Liam, your assessment now of how things might go in the second half. Milan, you feel, had the initiative, but Lazio, of course, always dangerous with the likes of Casiraghi and the man on the ball now, Signori.
That's right. You would have to fancy Milan. You know, they've carved out 5 clear-cut chances, and Savićević has missed 2, Weah has missed 2, Baggio had a good chance for somebody like him, and you would have to fancy them. But as Joe said there in that piece, sometimes you can live to regret missing that kind of opportunity, and it could be that you know, Lazio, having lived dangerously so far, might find a goal from somewhere, and then Milan would really have to come out and probably leave themselves vulnerable at the back. I think this game is very, very difficult to predict. Slightly in favour of Milan so far and what we've seen, but as you can see, half-time can sometimes the coaches get a hold of their players. If Zeman gives the right instructions, perhaps we could see a different Lazio.
Meantime, Parma have started the second half extremely well against Napoli in the San Paolo Stadium, and they've equalised through Zola, so it's Napoli 1, Parma 1. Di Matteo is a Lazio player who hasn't come out for the second half. I don't know whether he has an injury or not, but he certainly didn't play too well, did he, Liam?
No,
in the first
I would have thought that was not very much a surprise, because he really played badly, and you know, if they're going to get service to Casiraghi and to Signori, you really have to play better than that, and I think that's why the substitution's been made.
He was left out recently, which was a decision that didn't go down too well with him. They felt he was too tired. He didn't, after playing in the internationals. But he's off now, and Marcolin is in the midfield for Lazio. Tackle then was from Maldini, of course was sent off in this fixture back in February for bringing down the man in the picture there, Casiraghi. Casiraghi had an outstanding game that afternoon, one of Lazio's scorers in the 4-0 triumph. Signori scored from the penalty that Maldini gave away. Negro to hoist it forward. It's great control by Maldini. Weah. On by Eranio to Panucci. Since losing at home to Bari back in January, Lazio have won 11 out of 13 Serie A fixtures here. Draws with Cagliari and Udinese. Down goes Ambrosini, chopped down then surely by Marcolin. Well, the referee says no.
Well, I think he gave the advantage to Baggio there. He was in possession of the ball, Peter, about to make a pass, and he just let it go for that reason. It was a foul.
Fuser. Flicked on by Casiraghi. But Maldini was comfortably there first. Another assured and commanding display from Paolo Maldini this afternoon. Obviously anxious to put that blemish from the February fixture behind him. First and only time he's been sent off, incidentally. Here's Maldini now. Good interception from Nesta. Fuser. Savićević though for Milan. Eranio. Slipped on tidily too for Savićević. In goes Weah. Hasn't looked quite as sharp as normal, George Weah, this afternoon. Hasn't scored now in 4 Serie A games. Although he got a brilliant one, didn't he, recently in the UEFA Cup against Sparta Prague, that stunning volley. Marcolin. I was just going to say, he's normally a good distributor of the ball, Marcolin, but he certainly wasn't then. Nesta. Casiraghi. Nesta again, Signori calling over on the far side. This is Casiraghi. It was Costacurta who denied him. Rambaudi. Savićević can't clear, but Baresi can. Nesta. Hooked out wide. And it'll be a throw to Milan.
Yeah, another example of how strong Milan are defensively. Nesta's made a good break here, just slipped it alongside of Casiraghi, but Costacurta read his intention quickly and snuffed out the danger with a tremendous challenge.
Christian Panucci. Here's Baggio. Now Eranio. Support from Panucci. Savićević, Baggio rather made the run. But Mancini in the Lazio goal was alive to the danger. Nothing on there for Casiraghi. Savićević couldn't sidestep the challenge of Nesta. Looks a really good prospect, does Nesta. Desailly. Savićević. Aided by Desailly. Savićević again. Hustled by Fouzer. Desailly. A wrestling match then with Marcolin. And the decision in Milan's favour. Eranio to Panucci. This is young Ambrosini. Turned 18 back in August, Ambrosini. It's his third appearance in Serie A as a substitute. He hasn't started a game yet. Costacurta, Desailly. Now Savićević. Ambrosini. Just has this holding role in midfield since the departure of Albertini through injury in the first half. Eranio. Not really going anywhere, but it was out of play. And Lazio's throw. Well, we've accused Lazio in the past, Liam, of maybe having too little caution. You think perhaps they're showing a bit too much at the moment?
Well, I don't know about that, Peter. I think they're up against a very, very strong Milan defence. A lot of the goals Lazio created come down the right side, but today they're having problems. I think Fouzer and Rambaudi are out of sorts, and of course they're up against Maldini down this left side.
Here's Baggio, Weah, Panucci with a chance to cross it in. Savićević hovering in the middle. Desailly, Savićević. And for once his first touch, not a true one. Costacurta. This is Aron Winter. A lot of good work came from him in the first half. Marcolin. Rambaudi. Who knows he has Esposito on the bench if he doesn't improve in the second half. Rugged challenge then on Nesta.
Well, you said what a good prospect this lad is, and he's really giving it his all today. He's been up and down this right flank, and I think with a more positive play from Rambaudi and from Fouzer, they could have caused Milan more problems. Certainly nobody can blame Nesta for having a go.
He was taken off, substituted at half-time against Inter in the Italian Cup in midweek, but he's responded so well this afternoon. And Signori whipping over the cross, fisted away by Rossi. But only to Favalli. Oh, that was so disappointing. You can see the expression there of Signori, his reaction.
Yes, it was a good situation they were in there, Lazio, and had a couple of players free at the back post, but it was a poor cross from Favalli, who has played well today. He's in a defensive manner, he's played very well, stopping Milan getting down the right.
Costacurta. This is Eranio being policed well by Favalli. He got himself out of that tricky situation extremely adeptly. It's a match Lazio really need to win to keep up the pressure on Milan up near the top. Starting, remember, 5 points behind them. So they don't want to lose it. Rambaudi, who was injured in the first half, drifted over to the left side now.
Yeah. Don't blame him. Probably up against, he feels he's got a better chance leaving Maldini alone. He disappoints me, Rambaudi, Peter. He doesn't really have the spirit that I would like to see him have. He flatters. And I think Lazio have got one or two like that, and possibly that's why they don't win enough matches away from home.
Here's Marcolin. Not on the same wavelength, though, as Rambaudi. Rossi, who hasn't had too many saves to make this afternoon. Milan, the top scorers in Serie A with 19, Lazio second on 18. But they haven't managed one between them so far. Strike a goal from Baggio, but the whistle have gone anyway. We've seen some inspired moments from Baggio, but otherwise he does seem at times to be on the periphery of things. There's Fouzer now, linking with Signori. Good block by Costacurta, then hacked away by Maldini. This is Eranio on the break for Milan. He's got Savićević up with him, and Baggio. Bergodi to the rescue.
Yeah, he's been tremendous today, Bergodi. Another good challenge. Stopped Baggio in his tracks.
Here's Baggio now, curling it over invitingly, but not into the path of Eranio. Milan claiming a corner, getting no sympathy though from referee Triossi. Fouzer. Baresi wanting Rossi to collect. On by Winter to Signori. Costacurta marking him very tightly, and it'll be a free kick to Lazio.
They really do mark tightly, Baresi and Costacurta. You never see the front runners coming off and having time on the ball. They're always up against them and ready to tackle once the forwards turn. An example of how to get tight and not be frightened of what's been happening behind, what's going to happen behind you.
Pointed on by Desailly, but Weah could make nothing of it. Maldini with a throw then for Milan. Savićević. Simoni, incidentally, is not available today because of injury, nor is Lentini. This is Rambaudi now for Lazio. Desailly struggling to stay with him. Fouzer. But again, such fine and accomplished defending by Paolo Maldini. Savićević can't control it though. Fouzer. Marcolin. Did really well to find Favalli. He's got Signori. Panucci defending. And that was over the line, surely. Corner to move to Lazio.
Well, Lazio are doing not bad at the moment, Peter. They're putting a few passes together. I think Marcolin's made a difference coming on. This was, again, an example of Maldini. What a great defender he is. Sometimes you wish he wasn't so good, we might get a goal.
He might pop up one himself. Scored a fabulous goal for Italy, and of course last week in the league for Milan against Piacenza. There's Favalli, a free header for him. Savićević on to Weah. Not an easy ball though for Savićević to deal with. Rambaudi to Fuzer. Now Casiraghi. Maldini. Played off by Ambrosini. Good jump by Winter. Ambrosini again. Eranio. Just drifting away from Signori, who scored twice in that 4-0 win last season, and would have had a hat-trick too if one of the goals hadn't been credited as an own goal to Franco Baresi. Not that he wanted it. Milan just looking to regain the initiative, regain control now. Calm things down a little. And that huge cheer was because Roma have gone a goal down. More on that in a moment. Here's Panucci. Marcolin. This is Winter, Marcolin. Bierhoff has scored the goal, the German for Udinese. One of the top scorers, of course, in Serie A this season. So Roma behind. Lazio a level still. Baggio. Well, it was all rather promising until the last third of the field. Panucci now.
Yeah, you sense that the Lazio fans are trying to lift their team. They really know that if Lazio are going to get back in this title race, they've got to beat Milan today. And of course, Milan, if they do draw this game, it wouldn't be a bad result at all the way the league table's standing.
Costacurta. Nesta in ahead of Roberto Baggio, then Desailly with the header. This is Ambrosini. And that's a foul by Fuzer. A lot of commitment from Lazio, but just can't find any way to perforate the Milan defence so far. With an hour gone. Savićević. The cross wasn't deep enough. Weah arriving behind Bergodi.
That was a good interception from Bergodi again, because Weah was lurking in behind him. And so often you can see that ball being put in his own net, but it was good defending again from Bergodi. I think he's the main reason that Milan haven't scored.
He's only playing, remember, because Chamot is suspended. That's Marcolin with the clearance. And Baresi leaving the throw for Maldini. Baggio. That's Desailly. In goes Winter, Marcolin, the referee waving play on. Down goes Casiraghi. Rambaudi in possession, the advantage being played. Aron Winter. Marcolin. Certainly seems to be a more creative player, but now the ball is out of play for an injury.
I think we got a yellow card there.
Costacurta,
yeah, for Costacurta's challenge on Casiraghi on the centre circle, or in the centre circle. Talking about earlier on how tight these two get, Baresi and Costacurta, and he came through Casiraghi there. Referee let the game go on because Lazio had the ball, but decided to give Costacurta the yellow card.
A crunching tackle by Costacurta, went right through Casiraghi then. Favalli. Now Marcolin. Showed too much of that to Eranio, but Winter has another chance to set something going for Lazio. Marcolin is up in support. This is Marcolin now, turning the ball across the goal, but straight at Baresi. Needed a better service then. There were Lazio players waiting in the middle.
Yes, but I also think, Peter, if Casiraghi had made a dash to the near post, he would have made it easier for Marcolin.
Fuser's cross. Out by George Weah to Rambaudi, then Baresi. Marcolin. Winter's after this one. And that's a foul on Baresi by the Dutch international Aron Winter. Baresi just standing his ground.
Well, that was a little bit harsh. He's had a good game, Winter. Consistently plays well for Lazio down that left side. He wasn't really hailed as probably one of the best foreign imports when he arrived. You had the likes of Gascoigne and Boksic, but he's kept his place in this team. He's a very, very good player.
So is this fellow, Paolo Maldini. A tough old afternoon for Rambaudi. He tried his luck on the left for a while, but now he's drifted back to the right side. Casiraghi, Fuser. It's all too congested though. Savićević. Marcolin. Another probing pass. Off the head of Panucci, and safely gathered by Sebastiano Rossi. Panucci, I think that was out of play. No, it was a bit casual, Panucci. Marcolin. Winter. Neat sidestep by the referee. Here's Rambaudi. Casiraghi has shown for him. Little touch off from Casiraghi. And then Rambaudi left his foot trailing. I felt Ambrosini made a bit of a meal of it.
Yeah, that's twice he's done that, Peter. There was a challenge by Fuser earlier on, and he's always got this knack. As soon as somebody touches him, he's over and diving. He's got really two fouls for nothing, really.
George Weah. Savićević trying to knock it into the path of Eranio. He hasn't managed to fashion a chance for Milan, and there haven't been too many in the second half, which is almost now at the halfway stage. A game that hasn't quite ignited, despite certainly a very promising start. Marcolin. Casiraghi to Winter, Signori. Well, the flag's up for offside. Not easy to see from this angle, but that looked a very, very tight decision.
That's marginal. But I think if Lazio are going to break this team down, they've got to pass like that. The Milan defence seemed confident that he was offside. But a good move from Lazio. Marcolin and Winter, and a good through ball for Signori.
Baggio. Confronted, but fairly, by Nesta, who seems to be growing in stature throughout this game.
Yes, and I think the prospects of Lazio actually winning this game are improving as the game goes on, Peter.
Winter, good first touch. Away from Eranio, and slipping on to Signori. Casiraghi's in the middle now, still Signori. 21 touch too many. Winter with a shot. Well, it didn't extend goalkeeper Rossi, but I think it was deflected.
Yeah, I think he's got himself a corner.
And Orsini put his foot in. Signori then with the corner. That's Winter on the near post. And no end product again. It's certainly a more promising spell for Lazio. Midway point in the second half. Milan, the leaders, Leo, would you see them as favourites at this stage?
Oh, absolutely, and I think you know, if they can come away here without losing, be interested to see how Juventus get on tonight. Parma have to win as well, Peter. This could be a very good point for Milan if they.
Meantime, here's Fuzzer threatening Milan's goal, and as ever, Franco Baresi so composed, so assured at the back. Never seems ruffled. Signori with the corner. Winter again on that near post. Marcolin to fire it back through.
I think Rossi's just pointing out that he had someone standing on the 6-yard box there. Very quick to clear the 18-yard area and leave people offside. It was a good strike by Marcolin, and he has made a bit of difference coming on for Di Matteo.
Now this is young Francesco Coco, and Baggio being replaced. What do you make of that, Liam?
Well, this adds fuel to the fire, doesn't it, this debate whether they can all play together. They've done some good things together, Savićević and Baggio, but really neither of them has played anything like they can, and it just hasn't looked right to me. Although I don't like saying it, you know, probably Milan have more balance with one of those players not playing. It's a shame to say because they're two wonderful players.
Coco, who's only 18, is a left back, and he played against Bologna and indeed scored in the 1-1 draw in the Italian Cup in the week. Like was man of the match. So he's in another one off the conveyor belt at Milan. Here he is now, his first touch. Savićević. Bergodi in so strongly. Now this is Winter. Just can't quite find that final telling pass.
No, that was ambitious there. He should have just kept the build-up going by playing it left to Favalli.
Up by Coco with Savićević. I think off Negro.
Sorry, Peter, I was going to say I think this lad has been brought on because Capello's sensing that Lazio are beginning to look dangerous, and I think he wants a better balance to the side by playing 4 across the middle, and he's going to play left side midfield in front of Maldini.
Savićević. This is Nesta. Desailly can't get it. Fuzzer. Rambaudi's wandered over onto the left side again. There's Marcolin now down the right until the tackle from Coco, who's a Sicilian, having been promoted from the youth ranks this season. Made his Serie A debut on the opening day, in fact, when he played at left back in Maldini's absence. Signori. Rambaudi in pursuit, will do well to keep this in. And a stumble at the vital moment, and he's clearly hurt himself in the process. That looks very painful.
Yes, it looked as if he caught his studs in the turf there, and just wonder whether he's hurt his groin.
I think that might be the signal for Esposito to come on.
There you go, just caught his... Oof.
Well, Capello has made his tactical change with the entrance of Coco. That's Panucci. Savićević. Deceiving Marcolin, but failing to combine with George Weah. He's had a fairly rewarding afternoon, really. Casiraghi still toiling away so hard. Bags of commitment from Casiraghi. That's Fuzzer. Signori, no, the flag's up yet again, to the obvious frustration of Signori.
Well, I can't see what he's complaining about. For me, he was clearly offside. There you go. He's just not in our picture there, Peter, but he's a good 2 yards this side of the Milan defence. And really, a player of his experience shouldn't be caught in that position.
Ambrosini to Panucci. Eranio never really looked like getting to that one. And both sides a little short on decent ideas at the moment in attacking areas. Milan will certainly look back ruefully if they don't win this one on first half opportunities. Where Savićević in particular had chances. Nesta. Now Casiraghi trying to shake off Baresi. It's no easy task. Coco couldn't get past Marcolin. Now Signori. Marcolin, who's down injured. Winter to Favalli. Rambaudi. Tentative touch, if indeed he made contact at all. Eranio. Savićević. Fine intervention though by Negro. And Casiraghi. And there's no one in support.
Well, it was a great header by Casiraghi, and really Signori should have realised that he had to support Casiraghi in that situation. Casiraghi's nodded it down right in his path, and he never bothered to join in.
Maldini elegantly forward again. Desailly with Eranio. That's Costacurta to find Savićević. Favalli. A lot of cheering going on. Must be more goals for Roma. Or rather against Roma. That's Signori. Now Favalli. Good supporting play. Just beyond Casiraghi. Coco. Oh, very cool under pressure. But it's straight to Fuzea. And he'll get a ticking off from the coach for that, will young Coco. A let off for Milan. Certainly a confident clearance by Coco, but I doubt his coach appreciated it too much. But generally speaking, Rossi hasn't been called upon to make too many saves. Coco. Maldini to Ambrosini. Then Desailly caught it in possession. Signori now. On for Casiraghi. Signori again. He hasn't had the best of afternoons. Savićević away from Marcolin. Little change of pace then from Savićević. Surely he's being held off. The referee trying to allow him the advantage, but he was going nowhere really. Ambrosini. Now Mancini came a long way out, and the flag stayed down as Maldini went hurtling forward.
That was very good goalkeeping, Peter, because Maldini had made an excellent late run from deep, and he broke the offside trap, but Mancini's read the situation very well and came out of his area very quickly to stop Maldini.
That's a throwback to his former days when he often performed as more or less a sweeper. Panucci. This is Signori now. Winter sprinting away to his left, still Signori. Costacurta made sure he didn't get any further. Furious with the tackle from Costacurta. He was in full flow then, Signori, heading for goal.
Well, I think what he's saying to the referee, why don't you send him off? Because he's not long been booked, Costacurta, and he's taken Signori out here. Every intention to foul them, but the referee's taking the easy way out. I think Signori has a very valid argument there.
Well, it certainly looked to be a bookable offence, and as Liam's saying, he has already been cautioned, Costacurta. The referee has taken no action this time. But can Lazio take advantage from this free kick? Signori might have a crack at goal. Rossi ever alert. Fuzea is there too, the former Milan man, along with Marcolin. Will it be the left foot of Signori or the right of Fuzea? It's Fouzer, and it's hopeless. What else can you say, Liam, about that? What a waste.
Yeah, it was a waste. I would have liked to see Signori take it. It seemed a good position to bend it round the wall with his left foot. Been disappointing at dead ball kicks, Lazio. Corner kicks haven't really caused Milan any problem. They've just got that ball whipped in from Signori. They've been poor at dead ball situations.
Fouzer looking to make swift amends. In goes Maldini, so aggressive in the tackle. Baresi's header. Coco, Maldini. Well, after the early flourish, when both teams started so brightly, it's been a big disappointment, really. We haven't had any goals. Ambrosini. Now Maldini. Certainly plenty of goals in past meetings between the two. And Milan have certainly had the edge down the years. They've won twice as many as Lazio in Serie A. Maldini to Coco. Cheeky little chip in from Maldini. This is Fouzer. Baresi was outmanoeuvred, but not Ambrosini. And it's Costacurta. The referee Rossi happy for play to go on. Maldini just humping it forward with his right foot this time. That's Bergodi away. Then Winter. And it's going to take now surely something out of the ordinary to break the deadlock. Winter, who's covered so much ground for Lazio this afternoon. But it's a spark more imagination we're looking for. Fouzer to Rambaudi, then Nesta. Time for Ambrosini to clear up at the back. Marcolin. Winter. Nutmeg on Desailly. Rambaudi. This is Fouzer. Marcolin. That's Panucci. Now Savićević on the break for Milan. Way up through the middle, Eranio out wide. Savićević has kept going. That's the chip towards Weah.
Well, Milan really haven't done anything in the second half, Peter, in an attacking sense, and they've been very disappointing, haven't they? I think they've decided to bottle this game up and get a draw.
Signori, just 10 minutes to go. Marcolin for Fouzer. Casiraghi, Fouzer, doesn't fall for Signori. Bergodi with Weah. Rather Negro this time, but he and Bergodi have been outstanding at the back for Lazio. But further forward, they've been a big disappointment. So often the other way round in the past. Capello there, I think just wanting Milan to keep their shape now. They certainly won't mind a goalless draw with their lead at the top. Certainly over Lazio, remaining at 5 points. Parma still drawing 1-1 last we heard. Parma, remember, in second place, 2 points behind Milan, so if the scores stay the same, no change there. Fiorentina level with Lazio and Atalanta. Atalanta are 3-1 up, so they look like winning. And Fiorentina 0-0, still away to Padova. Savićević. Marcolin was holding on to him. Eranio. Savićević again. Shown some exquisite close control, but he can't provide that final pass again. Marcolin to pick it away for Lazio. Well read by Panucci. And then a foul by Aron Winter. I'm afraid you have to say it's a game that sadly hasn't lived up to all the expectations. Certainly not from the first few minutes, when both teams were hammering away at each other.
Well, that's right, and Milan had some great chances to put this game beyond Lazio.
So this is Esposito now. Massimiliano Esposito on for Rambaudi, a switch I thought they might have made earlier, but Milan has waited until now. Esposito, who scored 2 on the first day, then collected an injury, and he hasn't featured too much since then. Bergodi. Now Favalli. Ambrosini. Savićević was the main option ahead of him. Still Savićević, but he showed too much of that to Marcolin. Esposito. It's a chunky figure. This is Maldini. Releasing Coco. Savićević. Eranio. I think you have to say stalemate, really, Liam.
Yeah, disappointing because the first 20 minutes was really exciting. But Milan, a very difficult team to score against, especially this fella.
Off goes Maldini. He's had on a storming match, Paolo Maldini. I don't think there are too many better players than him in the left-back role in the world. You can't think of one, Liam, could you? No one to match him, really. Marcolin. This is Casiraghi, who hasn't been short on industry this afternoon, but Lazio's chances, genuine opportunities, have been few and far between. Nesta. Well, he'll look back with a lot of satisfaction on his performance. Casiraghi to Fuser. Nesta again. Favalli. The home crowd still hopeful with 5 minutes to go. Signori. Certainly a match winner on his day. Riding the tackles, but there were too many of them. Too many Milan defenders. In goes Baresi. But it'll fall for Esposito. Fusero's gone down. Esposito again. Marcolin. Fuser. Marcolin faced by this packed Milan defence. Who has ever proved so hard to unhinge this afternoon? Favalli. Here's Casiraghi. Away from Coco. Still Casiraghi. News just coming through that Batistuta has given Fiorentina the lead. Away to Padova. This is Aron Winter. Now Casiraghi. Fuser. Just look how many bodies Milan had back there defending. Bergodi. That's Casiraghi. Baresi's clearance. Straight to Marcolin. Esposito. Casiraghi left a dejected figure then, as the move breaks down once more. Now Savićević. Always a danger he might set something up on the break. Dispossessed though by Negro. Good determination. Fuser. It's Panucci. And from Milan's point of view, no harm done again. Eranio. Ware. Slipping it through. Still George Ware. Fabulous play! What a goal from George Ware! A moment to savour from the new African Player of the Year. He's had, by his very high standards, a quiet match, but exploded then with a goal that, well, you would think now has won maximum points for Milan.
Well, just when we seemed to have said that it looked like that Milan had settled for a draw, with a wonderful piece of individual skill from George Weah. He's danced past 3 defenders. Mancini, you probably say, well, could have been out of his goal a bit quicker, as we've seen him do earlier on. But what a goal by George Weah. Absolutely fabulous, having done very little in the game.
Just 3 minutes to go. Di Canio now on for Savićević. And you can see their beaming faces. Such improvisation then from George Weah. Maybe Mancini could have been swifter out, but he will feel he was left exposed. The pace and the imagination and the finish of Weah left so much to admire.
That's right, Peter. He probably didn't expect Weah to go around his defence as he did, and that's why he was in his 6-yard box. But what a goal! Tremendous goal. Made up for the miss he made earlier on. He had a great chance in the first 5 minutes, and he hit Mancini straight on instead of finding the corner. But he certainly made up for it there. And what a great result for Milan in the quest for the title. Not a result that the rest of Serie A would want, but a tremendous result for Milan.
Coco. Negro. So Milan, it seems, have come up trumps again. Desailly. It's been a thoroughly professional display from them. Disappointing in many ways in that they couldn't maintain the early pace. But well, at the end of the day, they look like collecting all 3 points again. And it certainly made up for last season when they were thrashed 4-0 in this fixture. Just 1 defeat in Serie A this season, and this will consolidate, maybe improve their lead at the top, depending on Parma's result.
You'd have to say as well, Peter, that Capello's substitution of Baggio was an excellent one. It was at a time when Lazio were beginning to threaten. He decided to consolidate.
Casiraghi. Grounded out though. And off goes Di Canio, the former Lazio player. Indeed, he began his career with the Rome club.
Yeah, I was saying, Peter, he decided to consolidate Capello and give more balance to the team. Play as 4 across the middle. And although a bit controversial taking Baggio off, I think it's worked for Capello and for Milan.
Marcolin. George Weah's first goal in 5 Serie A matches, only his 5th in the league this season. And it's proved enough. Milan have beaten Lazio by 1-0. The goal just 3 minutes from time. And what a memorable strike it was too from the Liberian George Weah. We'll have the other scores for you in a moment, but in the meantime, let's hear from Joe Jordan with James.
Well, Joe, we said they came here to win with a formation of 4-3-3. It didn't look like that was still their intention in the second half, but they get the 3 points, Milan.
Well, I think a lot of us were thinking that they'd missed their chance, they missed the boat.